Welcome to the workflow module of LiveCRM. The workflow module is quite a powerful module inside of the system. What it allows you to do is to really focus in on just how your flow of work happens inside of your organization. Now, the great thing about the workflow mechanism is that it can be as simple or as complex as you need it to be for your particular business. Now, if we just go to the workflow tab, click on the main menu, and that brings you to this window. And let's just quickly run through each of the components. So here's our workflow dashboard. And what we have is two categories of workflow. We have a client category, and we also have a goal category. We can have a look at our workflow by sales. You can have a look at it by progress and also by status. Now, if we go back to the main menu again, we manage our workflows through this pane here. So manage workflows. And from here we can add new workflows, and I'll do that in another tutorial. Okay, we just go back. We can create workflow templates. And here is an example of a workflow template. As you can see, there are 8 steps in this particular template, and then we can also have sub-steps or checkpoints inside of each major step in your process also. Now, where this little icon with the exclamation mark is seen, that just indicates that there are no checkpoints inside of that particular step. And basically, a checkpoint requires that someone in the organization essentially ticks the box before the system will allow you to go on to the next step or the next checkpoint within a workflow. And we can also create email templates here as well. So you can assign the send of an email as part of your workflow process. So for example, it is a sales process and you want to be able to send a lead some further information, then you can create that particular template right here, and that becomes part of the workflow process. Okay, and we can also manage our workflows. Now, essentially, what we have is, when we look at our major workflow categories, so we have a category called client workflow goal. And so let's say I want to create another one and call it the sales process. Okay, we create that. Now let's say, for example, that inside of the sales process we have other processes that are attached to that. So let's call one of these the lead generation process. Now notice that I've highlighted under the parent categories sales process. I'm going to go create. Okay, and there it is there. Our next process might be sales calls. And then we may have a third process called proposals. And a fourth process called follow-up. So now we've created our workflow categories. And what we'll do in the next tutorial is we will look at managing the workflow templates.